Howdy everyone, how you doing? My name is Armando. This video we're going to be talking about the story of Parker Ranch and the beginnings of the Paniolo. Very interesting topic. Now, let's get started. In the beginning, history of Parker Ranch, it all began when back in the day of Kamehameha first, 5 cows brought over by British Captain George Vancouver in 1788. That was just 10 years after James Cook first landed in Hawaii. Vancouver presented the cows to Kamehameha I, who ruled the 8 Hawaiian islands in one kingdom for the first time. At that time. Now the king set these cows free, put a couple on it, roamed Hawaii Island, and declared them to be couple or off limits. They could touch them, they could kill them. Now, over the next 20 years, king's cows multiplied into thousands. I think the George Vancouver came back. He only had one bull. He brought more cattle. As the story goes. In fact, they multiplied so much that they destroyed the crops and homes. It became dangerous to Hawaii's population. His Kamehameha I was trying to figure out what to do. Eventually lifted the prohibition. And his sons, Kamehameha II, grew the cattle industry. However, his second son, the soon rose to power, that was Kamehameha III, knew Mexican vaqueros, they could help the industry really thrive. So, and just to explain what a vaquero is a horse-mounted livestock herder. It's of a tradition that has its roots in the Iberian Peninsula of Spain and extensively developed in Mexico from a methodology brought to America from Spain. Yeah, that's what the vaquero is. Now, that's the definition of a vaquero. Now, the vaquero became the foundation of the North American cowboy in northern Mexico, southwestern United States, and western Canada. They were able to tame wild horses, and they were throwing the lasso. So, Mexican vaqueros were so good at it. What they did, that in early 1800s, Hawaiian King Kamehameha III invited them to teach Hawaiians how to be cowboys too. Okay, so that was the beginning of the Paniolo. So that's how the Paniolo first started. Taught the Hawaiians how to, herd the cattle and all of that. Now, getting back to the story of John Parker. He was a Massachusetts sailor, and John Palmer Parker, 19 years old, jumped ship to visit Hawaii in 1809. At that time, the maverick cattle dominated the countryside, wreaking havoc on family farms and gardens, as I mentioned before. Okay, so it's a picture of him. Parker stayed for a long time. He tended fish ponds for the king and went to sea again during the War of 1812. And when he returned to Hawaii to live, he brought a new state-of-the-art army American musket. I think it's still on display too. What the hell? Now, King gave Parker exclusive permission not only to shoot the wild cattle but to supply meat and hides for local and foreign consumption. The musket is still in possession of Parker Ranch. In less than a year, thriving salt beef industry replaced sandalwood as the island's chief export. Parker quickly grew into a respected man of wealth and influence at that time. So now Parker learned to speak Hawaiian, adopted Hawaiian ways, and in 1816 married Chiefess Ikani, granddaughter of Kamehameha, King Kamehameha I. That was a smart move because by doing so, he was able to get all that land. They were awarded 2 acres of land on the slopes of Mauna Kea, where they built a homestead in Mahalo. They had 3 children and began the Parker dynasty that will play a prominent role in the next 2 centuries of Hawaiian history. I met one of the Parker descendants. He was a security guard working at Bank of Hawaiian Security. And yeah, the family's big. The Parker family was big, very big. So a lot of descendants, and I think there was a lot of infighting going on as far as who would inherit what. Anyway, the Parker Ranch is located, if you go to what's known as Waimea, it's also called Kamoela. You can see the Parker Ranch over there. Okay, that's between Kona and Hilo. Parker Ranch is very big. Now, it's not the biggest ranch in the United States. It's one of the biggest, but it's not the biggest ranch. And today, a lot of the meat or beef that we get in the islands comes from Parker Ranch. And Safeway sells some of the local Hawaiian beef from Parker Ranch. So it has really grown in size, and it's a very interesting place. If you ever go to the Big Island, go to Waimea or Kamoela and check out the Parker Ranch. It's very interesting. It has a very interesting history. I think you can also stay at the Parker Ranch. You have to make a reservation in advance. I never did that, but you can do that. But it's very worthwhile. Anyway, that's the story of Parker Ranch and the legacy that he left behind for Hawaii. That was the beginning of the Paniolo. Now, that's not the only ranch. We have other, like on Maui, there's Mahalo, I think there's ranches on Maui also. And there's also on Oahu, there's Kualoa Ranch. It has cattle, so this is not the only island that has cattle today. Kualoa Ranch has cattle. On Maui has cattle also, so other islands have cattle too, not just the Big Island. But Parker Ranch is the biggest, the most well-known, I guess, of all the islands of Hawaii. Anyway, it's the story of Parker Ranch. Hope you enjoyed this video. All for watching, and ahui ho.